Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to Train Simulator. We're on Train Sim Classic today and we're down at Blackpool North with this Perkins engine, 158. It's 158845 and we're going to be operating a York service today as far as Preston. It's pretty empty here at Blackpool today, there's not a lot of trains in, to be perfectly honest with you. I know that usually this would have Transpennine Express trains in, however of course I don't believe that this scenario does, simply due to the fact that at the time of the scenario, the 185 from Alan Thompson Sim hadn't yet been released. We can see over there, if we pan the camera around, you see a 156 just coming in. They always did look fantastic in that purple livery, didn't they? We'll just pop this on now. It's a couple of minutes left until we depart. We're due out at 16:56 today, so there's just enough time to have a quick look around Blackpool. So I better actually, we've not got that on, but I'll put my driver vigilance on so that we can be having that en route today. We've got the Northern 156 coming in, like I say, and this is of course before Blackpool was redone. You'll notice there's no overhead wires here. We've got the Sainsbury's over there, which appears to just be a multi-storey car park. In fact, flipping heck, I don't remember Blackpool looking anything like that, but you know, the route's quite good. The route's brilliant, to be fair. It's, so I guess we can ignore that bit, can't we? Having a look outside here, you've noticed that we're all on semaphore signals still. The old Blackpool North number 2 box is still operational. And if we fly down here, we've got some sidings. We've got what looks like, is this the beginning of the overhead wires? They put the stanchions up. I don't know what that'd be for, but yeah, it looks like it's the beginning of the wires. We've got a 150/2 sat in complete darkness with passengers on. What on earth's happening there? We'll pretend we've not seen that. We've got a couple of non-multi 156s again. Oh, that one's completely empty. Lovely, lovely stuff. Really, really is a nice route, this Blackpool Northern Lines scenario. Not scenario, the route, sorry. The scenario's brilliant as well. Or I think it will be. I mean, we've got plenty of stuff going so far. So what we'll do is we'll have a nice little photo of that there. We love a good thumbnail photo, don't we? And yeah, we'll hop into the cab and prepare for departure. We're due out at 56 minutes past, 16:56, like I say. We'll be calling at Poulton-le-Fylde and Preston. And the conductor should really be closing the doors at 16:55 and 30 seconds. But I believe that this is going to... oh, hang on, that's emergency. We don't want that. I believe that it's probably going to make us wait until 16:56. We've got no timings to be at the other stations, so we'll just get there when we get there. And yeah, all is looking pretty fantastic. We've got a great train, we've got a great route, and hopefully the scenario creator has got some decent AI for us to see en route. That's 2 on the buzzer. Oh, hang on, I've not done mid... Oh, do you know what? That's the sign of a professional train driver. What sets us apart, isn't it? There we go. 2 on the buzzer again, because we're actually leaving now. Oh, take my DRA off. Do you know what? I tell you, very unprofessional. Right, we've got time to make up now, so we'll... let's get shifting. Oh, GSMR's off, isn't he? Very unprofessional of me not to have that all set up. I thought, do you know what, off the top of my head, I thought that I'd already set it up. And we were just waiting in neutral to go. I tell you. A lot of rubbish in the track, isn't there? They could really get someone down with the little grabbers to bring the rubbish out of the track. It's not what we need, is it? Don't give Blackpool a good reputation, does it? I don't know. Yeah, journey time today, roughly 30 minutes, isn't it, from Blackpool through to Preston. It's quite a nice journey. I really like this. We've got a nice little bit of, round Poulton-le-Fylde, we've got a nice bit of slow speed. We've got a bit of slow speed round Kirkham and Wesham. Regardless of whether you stop or whether you're on the through lines, you always end up slowing down, don't you? Let's just whack it straight into full power. Sounds absolutely fantastic in here. The Perkins engined 158s do sound good, don't they, in the saloons? I mean, to be fair, all 158s sound absolutely brilliant. I have many happy memories of travelling on these 158s when we used to get the train to Halifax. Once we'd been to Blackpool for the day, we'd end up on a 158 back to Halifax. This would, of course, be one of these York services. Brilliant, brilliant. Very, very happy memories. And of course, the 158s do still run these Blackpools. You tend to get more of a 195 on them a lot of the time, but 158s are still known to run the Blackpool services. Of course, when you're on a 185 down here, you always end up going through Leighton, our first stop here, always at 70. You always get up to 70 in time for Leighton. Sadly, not the case on the 158s. They are a little bit slower. And I don't know if it actually said, it's not given us... Oh yeah, 2015. 2015 this is set, so just before the franchise change, when it went to Arriva. We're still Abellio Northern, because we've still got the branding on. Oh, is this a 156 coming the other way as well? Looking splendid. Plenty of passengers waiting at Leighton. Oh, it's a double 156, flipping heck. And we've got a green signal up ahead. So we can carry on romping along. It's not long to Poulton-le-Fylde actually, is it really? When you think it's not that far out. Only a couple of minutes, 5 minutes maybe, just a bit longer. I guess it helps the 15 mile an hour low speed sections out of Blackpool. That's of course the AWS, not for the signal, because that's showing a green aspect. Proceed aspect as it were, but it is of course for the 35. So we'll pop step 1 braking on there, and we'll just we'll slow down. Maybe a bit of step 2 just to bring us down to maybe 50, 55. Then we'll have a bit more step 1. Step 1 ideally if we can, because we don't really want to be braking that sharp, do we? You know, we want a nice steady brake, I think. But I don't think in step 1 we're going to get that. Maybe a bit more step 2. Oh, no, a bit more step 2. Lovely. There we go. I remember a driver telling me that they only ever braked in step 1 braking. Any more of that was a strict no-no. I just can't believe that to be true. I really can't. I mean, I'd like to think that was true. But you just have to start braking like practically when you've just left Blackpool. Maybe it's just that these trains aren't particularly... The physics isn't simulated brilliantly on this. I don't know. But yeah, I just can't imagine you braking in notch 1 the whole way. I mean, we're doing 25 now. It's coming down to a 20, isn't it? We've still got a proceed aspect, so that's good. I do like all the shrubbery around this particular section into Poulton-le-Fylde. Really, really is nice. And the tight corner as well. On the North West network, they love these tight corners into stations, don't they? Like a station with a junction after it. I mean, look at Bolton. That's another one. We could practically be coming into Bolton right now, where you've got the line from Blackburn on the left there. You bend right round under the tunnels. I know it's not identical, is it? It's well, it's not remotely similar. It's on the same line. Once if you carry on down past whatchamacallit Junction, Exton Junction, and down through oh, flipping out, why can't I remember the name of the place now? You know the one I mean. Parkway, not Orwich Parkway, the other one. Can't remember the flipping name of the place, I tell you. Right, there we go, into neutral, doors are open. Lovely. Oh, it does look good, the 158, doesn't it? Armstrong Powerhouse really did such a good job with this 158. I know it's been out for a long time now, but I mean, it is the perfect train, isn't it, really? It's all you need in a DLC. Buckshaw Parkway, that's the one. After Exton Junction, you go down towards Buckshaw Parkway. I couldn't remember. There we go, we are actually leaving properly this time. Oh, 50 mile an hour, let's just floor it. Look at that. They don't mess about, do they, the 158s? Oh, a bit more proceed aspect. Lovely. Full steam ahead. Will we get up to that 50? I think we'll get up to 50 before the 70 zone, to be honest with you. But so we'll knock it down to 40, or we'll knock it down to notch 5. Sorry. I reckon we'll just about get through that 70. It's only here, isn't it? And then we'll knock it back up. Saves us coasting and then a bit more. Lovely. Full power. Let's have a bit of full power. Oh, heck, that were a bump in the trap. We'll have to report that for a bit of rough riding. Hell, nearly got catapulted out of my chair, didn't I? I don't know. Right, straight up to 70. We've got Preston in 13.5 miles. So it's not actually that far, is it? 15 minutes running time to go. So yeah, it's roughly 25 minutes, half an hour. But of course, we do need to factor in that we'll be slowing down a little bit for the Kirkham and Wesham loop. It's a very, very odd one. Like, it doesn't matter whether you go on the... I think the avoiding line is 40. I think through the station is 30. So it's not really quick by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm still not quite sure why it's like that. Looking at the track layout, I think maybe did Kirkham and Wesham... Yeah, maybe it used to have more platforms. Give him a little toot as we went past. Always good to wave to your colleagues, isn't it? Motoring along. It doesn't actually look that fast here, does it? But when you're actually in the passenger view, I love what they've done with the scenery here. I really, really do love it so much. You've got, you know, the scenery really does stretch so far, and they've detailed really, really far in the distance. Things like that you might not get, you know, like the warehouses. You just might not get that in other routes, but it really, really does look good, doesn't it? The attention to detail in the bushes, the shrubbery, the trees, the fields, everything is just fantastic on this route. And to say it's a free route, I know it's got quite a few requirements, but you know, they could have sold this quite easily, or maybe they couldn't with the requirements. I don't know. Maybe they'd have had to make their own assets, but maybe that's the reason it's not sold. But this really, really could have been a pay-where route. It's such good quality. Keeping it nice and 70. I can't remember, with the overhead wires, did they get a speed upgrade down here at all? I can't remember if this is the speed that we drove down here in the 170, because of course we did, didn't we? Not 170, 319 even, that's what I'm thinking of. How do you get them confused? Dear oh dearie me. Yeah, we drove down here in a 319, didn't we, from Blackpool up to... from Preston even up to Blackpool. Oh, did we actually? Do you know what? I'm beginning to doubt myself now. I'm sure. Didn't we drive from Wigan up to Preston? And it was an empty stock in the morning. I think it was actually. Yeah, I'm going doolally, I tell you. 10 miles to Preston. Give him a little toot toot. Ooh, nice bit of jointed track. I think that's been smoothed out, hasn't it? It's continuous welded rails since they upgraded the overhead wires. I think it is anyway, could be mistaken. I don't really know this route too well, to be honest with you, but I do like it. There's not a lot going off, but that doesn't mean it's a bad route. Right, let's have a bit of step one braking. down for the 40. And then we're going through Kirkham and Wesham, slowing down to 30. Right, we'll have a bit of step 2 down to the speed limit now. There you go. So you can see Kirkham and Wesham station upcoming. So if you're going into the platforms, you head off to the right here. Whereas we just carry on. So obviously, like, it's a 40. But I reckon you could probably carry on down it because it's a straight bit of track. You know, this, okay, it's a little bit curvy. But then I really don't understand why they've not kind of edited the track. Maybe they have since they upgraded the route. But coming through Kirkham and Wesham, whoops, where are we going now? So you've got the 4 track here. It's a very, very bizarre one, isn't it? Especially if your train doesn't stop, you wonder why you've slowed down so much. We'll have a little bit of throttle just to keep us going. So you've got Kirkham and Wesham station on the right hand side, which again I thoroughly believe is used to have platforms here. This is why you've slowed down, look, because it kind of winds right round where there would at one time have been an island platform. And we're slowing right down to the 30 just up ahead, because of course the lines that bypass the station actually come into the lines that come from the station, if you get what I mean. Just slow down to the 30 there, we'll crawl. So we've got to slow down to 30, and I think they carry on at, is it 40 they carry on at? Can you see what I mean? If we flip down here, you can see that these are actually the main lines now. So it's just a very odd way of doing it, isn't it? Very, very odd way of doing it. No, hang on, we're speeding now. There we go. Right, so once we're back on here, I believe we're back up to full pelt. There we go, 75 mile an hour now. Flipping heck, blow me wig off if we go much faster. I do love the ambient track sounds that you've got as well from when you're driving the 158. Got something over in the field as well there. What's that? Oh, it's a tractor. It's a tractor. See, it's little things like that that really do just put the, you know, the icing on the cake with regards to this route. And indeed any route. You'll know if you've watched my videos before, I love a bit of attention to detail. Love a bit of attention to detail. And this route is certainly not short of that, you know, whether it's the little limited clearance signs on the left here. You know, we've got electrical cupboards on the left as well. Plenty to see on the route. Got a little bridge over a road here. There we go, yep. And again, it really does, this amount of shrubbery, the pylons and things like that, it really just helps to conceal like things that are far away, but actually the detail is far away as well. So normally you'd use all this to conceal that there might be a gap in the scenery just past it, so your eye detracts from it, but actually the scenery continues and continues and continues, doesn't it? Really fantastic route. Have I mentioned? Yeah, like I say, if you do fancy this route, there is a link in the description. I think that this scenario is one that comes with it. I don't think I downloaded this separately. It doesn't say, does it? We've got Salwick, or Salic coming up here. I'm sure it's Salwick. I'm surprised I've not dropped that DSD pedal, to be honest with you. Give them a little toot. I don't think there's... Oh, there's a couple on the platform. Got the nice northern signs. They're not northern branded, are they, though, weirdly enough? It's quite funny, because even all these years later, since the franchise changed in 2016, so what's that, 6 years? Flipping heck. It's quite funny because there are still stations on the Northern network that still have the Abellio branding on them. I think that's fantastic, I really, really do. They've obviously just completely missed them. They've still lived on to this day with the Northern station, the Abellio Northern logos on. Love a bit of that. Mind you, next time you're in York, have a look out because there's a Northern Spirit stop car board and it's still got the light green and the blue branding on, Northern Spirit. I just think that's ace. Like, I mean, how long is it since Northern Spirit? 2004? It's nearly 20 years and that stop car board still lives on to this day. Brilliant. I mean, even 2004 it wasn't Northern Spirit, was it? It was Arriva Trains Northern because they'd of course bought out MTL at this point. Of course, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that we are back on colour light now. We've left the old semaphore signals right behind us. Right behind us now. What's that, a football pitch? A sort of sports pitch on the left-hand side, maybe? Oh yeah, football. Lovely. Nice bit of elevated track. I bet that'd have met for a nice shot, wouldn't it, if you were a train spotter? Or indeed, just flying down along this road here. Oh, they do look good, don't they, the 158s? I've always loved this type, this train, the 158. Even when they were back in Transpennine Express livery. Do you remember that? The burgundy with the golden N. Oh yeah. Well, that was where I first found out that I do have a bit of a love for this type of DMU. Lovely trains, lovely, lovely trains. And of course, they've been the staple for the north of England's railways, haven't they, for the last 20 years at least. I know the 185s, well, 30 years. I know the 185s have been in for a long time now, haven't they? They've been in 15 years nearly. When are we now? Yeah, over 15 years. Flipping heck. That's frightening, isn't it? I remember when they were new. But yeah, the 158s, even on your local stuff, still play an absolutely massive part, you know, in terms of Wales's railways as well, Northern trains, East Midlands, of course. North of England, absolutely full of them. Oh, we're coming into Preston now. I wonder if we'll see... Oh, wow, Pendolino. What's that doing here? Is that in the sidings? Oh, it is in the sidings. No, there must be something cancelled. Yeah. Maybe there is something cancelled. I don't know. We'll just... oh, it's a little bit downhill here, isn't it? Is this in the Croft Street sidings? I believe it is. This is, of course, where you'll see... to this day, you used to see little 319s parked there. Now you've got 397s, Transpennine Express parked up there. Oh, we're going down into platform 2. Lovely. Have a bit of step 1 braking. We'll just brake to 25 mile an hour. Of course, 2015, you'd see 350s around here for Transpennine, wouldn't you? Oh, we've got a Northern 150 there. 156 in the background. Oh, and another 150 down there. Lovely. Bit of flange coming in. Bit of flange. Right, well, here we go. This is Preston. We're going to hand over to another driver to continue through to Blackburn, Hebden Bridge, Leeds and York. I hope you've enjoyed that. I really have. I do enjoy a nice run on the Northern lines. If you have enjoyed this video today, please do show your appreciation for the channel. Click that like button, always appreciated. And of course, do subscribe if you haven't already, because plenty more exciting, Pendolino, plenty more exciting train sim content to come your way. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that. Other than that, as I say, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Cheerio! Goodbye for now.